What's going on, boys? So I got my guy Colton right here, and we wanted to film a podcast for you guys about life, business, mindset, success. And Colton, we've been working together since the beginning of this year, right?
Yeah, like literally New Year's I joined.
Yeah. So beginning of this year, bro, I had seen your stuff pop up. I was like, yo, this dude's funny as hell, bro. But I want you to talk to him because, how long did it take you to grow your following, first of all?
So before I even joined, I was making content. I remember I used to see like your content like around like 2021, like I started around the same time.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. So same exact time. This dude has more followers than me. You know what I mean? So he's crushing it. But I want you to talk to him. Like there was a period, right, where you had a lot of followers, but weren't making the money you want. I want you to go into like your come up story, the success story of how from 2021. I want you to tell him where you started to where you are now, living in Miami and et cetera.
Hell yeah, bro. So when I first started, this is like way back like in late 2020, like in December, I was messing around with my friends. Like this is when TikTok was like really popular. So I started posting on TikTok and it was like super easy to go viral. So I was posting and then like I had one video of my friends like wrestling just pop off. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna keep posting this. You know what I'm saying? So I was posting here and there, like just some motivational stuff, like just like text on the screen, like kind of just positivity quotes, because that's what I used to watch. And I would just do this in my free time. I was in high school, I had a friend group, I had a girlfriend at the time. And then I remember all of a sudden, like, it was like early 2021, like it was January, girlfriend cheated on me. Like I had Snapchat, I opened a photo. It's like my girlfriend with another guy. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And like my heart just sank. I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And bro, I was like depressed. I didn't know what to do. Like I couldn't even talk to my friends. And the day I just started posting like 8 times a day. That was like just my outlet. I was just posting, motivational content just so I could do something and like get my mind off things. And before I knew it, I had like 18,000 followers, 50,000 followers. I was just really growing a brand. This is mainly on TikTok at the time. And that's really where my beginnings came from. So I had like all these followers, but it was on TikTok, not Instagram. And I was just posting from there. I was still in high school. I was known as like the TikTok kid. People would be like, oh, you're the TikToker. Yeah. They try to clown me, all that stuff. And really like I would be pretty consistent after a while. And then it wasn't until 2022 where I was like, okay, let's Instagram Reels like was getting popular. I'm like, so I'm gonna start posting on Reels. And then within like 3 weeks, I just reposted all my videos to Reels. And I already had a lot of videos by this time. I had like 300 videos, reposted all of them. I was going to college. Yeah, this is when I went to college and then started getting a following. I had one video pop off and then I just kept posting 3 times a day, every single day while I was in school. And really like it just kept going from there. I wasn't really that social. Like, what I'm saying? I still had that pain and I was just using that as fuel. Like just using that as fuel every single day. I'd see everyone in college and I did get caught up in that life, like partying, going the normal route. I thought I was going to get a job and I was doing social media. I wasn't making money off this. I already had a lot of followers. And I was selling low ticket shit like at the time, workout plans for $20. And there was one day I was in school and I had this like little low ticket program. It was like $20. And I had one video go viral and I marketed it and I made like $700 that day. I was in class. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, bro, like I could actually make money from this thing. I'm like, I could actually make money from this thing. And like looking back now, like I think that was really like the turning point where it's like I was in class when that happened. I was listening to my professor. He was complaining about a Netflix bill. And I'm like, yeah, bro, this is it. So that's when I really started going all in with content even more and trying to monetize. But I was still stuck at that low ticket mindset. Like I wasn't able to reach that high. So I was chasing like these $20 sales and I was getting lost. I was kind of like really struggling. But it wasn't until like end of 2024 I really realized I never had a mentor. Watching stuff on YouTube. I was seeing people, I had mutuals, and I would assume I knew exactly what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? I would assume I would try to do what they're doing, but at the end of the day, like, I didn't know. So it wasn't until like 2024 where I was literally like looking at my bank account, I'm like, bro, I made like $600 that month, bro, off low ticket. I'm like, bro, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Fuck this. I'm just going to invest in a mentor, and I'm actually just going to learn and do exactly what they say and see what happens. And that's how that's like the main beginnings on how I got to where I am right now.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So end of 2024, now we're in 2025. This wasn't a long ass time ago. You know what I mean? This is like a short time frame. Bro, what was that jump like? You know what I mean? You joined the community. What was the jump like of you learning about systems, high ticket? Because I always say this, like marketing is kind of like it's like an ice, it's like an iceberg. You only see the tip of the iceberg, and people try to replicate that. They go, okay, he uses this Typeform link, this, that, but they don't see the whole back end. They say like 80% of the iceberg is underneath the water. And I heard that from Russell Brunson. I was like, holy shit. So explain that come up for people that haven't had it yet. After you invested in mentorship, what was it like going from 0 to 100 now?
Bro, it's like kind of like now there's so much I didn't know. Like it was just like, holy shit, like when I joined, I was actually, even on the mindset aspect, because so many guys think they have all this mindset. No, they don't. They don't. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, in your brand to actually learn, then what kind of mindset do you have? People are not going to invest into you. So there's so many like self-belief things that I was lacking, mindset things that I was lacking, and even like content strategies and systems that I'd never even heard of that literally helped me get to where I am right now. Like with the automations, with just the way that you're structuring your brand.
But explain like the emotional side. What's it like going from $600 a month to how much you made in the last month?
Last month it was like almost 30K.
30K. So what's it like emotionally? You know what I mean? To go from 0 to hero so fast, bro. How does that feel?
Bro, it's like I can't even process it. Like it's like, bro, like I don't even know. Like it's like, because I always knew that this would happen because of the inputs, but it's like I just look at my view, the balcony. I'm like, bro, like no way. Like I just think about like no way, because it was so fast. It was like, yo, like I still haven't even processed it, bro. It just feels amazing. It's just like I feel a lot better now because now I could actually like buy shit. I could actually, I don't have to worry, because before I have to worry about food. My family was like taking care of me. I didn't feel like the man. Like I was like, now like I'm paying for my own roof. I'm paying for my own food. I'm paying for everything. And now I finally feel like more of a man. I'm actually taking care of myself. For the first time. This never happened before. Before, parents always babied me. Like, I just didn't feel like I was capable. That's the main thing for me. I feel like kind of like, okay, like, I'm the shit now. Like, this is because of me, finally.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So do you think, how long you been in Miami now? Like a month or so?
Yeah, like almost a month.
Do you think the Miami effect is real, bro?
Bro, 100%, bro. Like, just every single day, like, I hear, like, the SVJs, outside, like, the amount of money, my stories, everything is going better. Like, I just feel like money just flows into Miami. And now that I'm here, it's just flowing a lot more easier, bro. That stuff is real.
It's kind of like, it's raining outside right now. It's kind of like money is like rain, and if you don't have a bucket out, you're not going to make it. But if you put yourself in the storm and you have buckets lined up, you're going to collect cash. So like, bro, Miami is such a crazy place to where I get so focused on supercars. Like I bought my girl a Urus, fucking business class tickets to Dubai, 2 Chanel bags the other day. And my brother texts me, he's like, yo, Vince, my girl got into an accident. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit, is she good? He's like, yeah, she's good, but the car is totaled and this, that. And I'm like, damn. Then I was like, wait, I'm rich. I was like, hey, bro, if you need me to buy you like a beater car, like 15,000 or something like that, bro, just let me know and I got you. And we get so caught up because Miami puts you in that world of like overly expensive things where you're seeing diamond chains, Richard Milles. This is the stuff I'm looking at. And I'm like, oh shit. I mean, me in pursuit of all these materialistic things allow me to take care of my entire family. You know what I mean? I'm focused on materialistic stuff. I hate to say I'm driven by that. I'm like, I want the next thing. I want the Bugatti. I want the flashy shit. I feel like every single man that says he wants to retire his mom and live a great life, but I don't care about the money and the flashy life. You're not going to get that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You got to be chasing success, and then you're able to take care of your family and do all those things as a byproduct. So like, talk about the mental mind frame. Like when you were first starting out, bro, and let's say you got cheated on. For me, I had a lot of rejection. What was your mental model that allowed you to not self-destruct, but to go, I need to become the best me and build my brand and et cetera?
Let me think of that real quick.
Because not everybody's like that, bro. A lot of people, they have a heartbreak, they'll fucking smoke weed for 2 years and off themselves,
So when that happened, but right before that happened, I thought life was perfect. I thought, I have a girlfriend, everything's good, I have these friends. I thought everything was perfect. And then one thing I've realized just on a personal level, I was like, I'm black. Like, I'm a black guy. Like, I'm crying. Also, I never mess around with like black people and stuff like that. So I'm like, I can't be acting like this. Like, as a black man in America, there's no way I'm going to survive crying about a girl, complaining about all these friends, getting bullied, all this stuff. Like, that's not an option. Like, I have to build myself up. I have to come out on top, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, no matter what pain I'm going through. I can't have that victim mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I've had that for so long in the past, and I was tired of it, bro. It's like there's no finish line. Like, it's like, what happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, I realize really quickly, I have to do this, otherwise might as well be dead. Like, it's like, well, what's the point? What's the point of being alive? So that's what really got me started and helped me stay consistent. And every single time that I maybe felt like giving up, I've always tied it back to like those moments and remember those moments. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. We actually got really similar stories, bro. I went to like an all-white school, same exact thing. I didn't even have a heartbreak, bro. I was like, how are these guys getting girlfriends? You know, I can't even get a girl to look my way. And, bro, it was just rejection after embarrassment. And, you know, I took all that shit personal. And my mental motto was, if I was Drake, would I be left unseen? If I was Drake, would I have been told fuck off? And I really took it like that. Like, I didn't see these people that were celebrities as above me. They've put in more work than me. They've had a longer time frame than me, but it's an equal playing field. So I went, okay, I'm going to self-improve and become that man in every single aspect, bro. And it's like when you focus on self-improvement instead of focusing on external things, everything changes. Like after 3 years of just locking in, you open your eyes and you wake up and you just surpassed everybody. You know, like success is completely different from the gym. Think about it like this, like hitting 10,000 a month is like doing 145 pounds on bench press.
Yeah, no.
Hitting 100,000 a month is like hitting 225. Hitting $1 million a month is like hitting 315. Then there's the random motherfuckers doing 405 on bench and you're like, yo, what the fuck? But the only difference between the gym and success is the gym, you have newbie gains and the progress flattens out a little bit. Bro, success is just exponential. It just keeps going up and up and up. It's like, it was way easier, and this is a crazy concept. It was way easier for me to go from 100,000, you know, it was way easier for me to go from 10,000 to over $500,000 a month than it was 0 to 10,000. That's a crazy fucking concept because the game is multiplication. You know what I mean? But if you just focus on improving, surrounding yourself around the right people, removing yourself from negativity too, which is a big thing. Talk about that, bro. When you first invested in a mentor, did you have those friends that were like, Colton, you're stupid and this, that? Do you have anybody in your circle saying that?
Yeah, like first of all, my mom saying, oh, it's all this stuff's a scam. She's saying like this is stupid, doesn't work. All my friends, they're saying all that stuff. So the first thing when I invested in a mentor, the first thing I did, I cut everyone off. Didn't even talk to my family, didn't talk to my friends. Just the only people I talked to was you and then the people in the community. That's all I wanted to talk to. And that's also what allowed me to actually get results like very fast because I shut out all the noise. Watched every single module, watched every single coaching call. Even when I'm in the car, bro, I'm watching like self-development. Everything was self-development, not even music, not even external things. Unfollowed all the girls on my phone, like really had to get rid of all like the BS because that was really keeping me at such a low point. And I wanted to make sure once I get into something that's life-changing, I'm maximizing everything. You know what I mean? Even if it's not needed, I'm still going to do it. So I make sure that I'm getting the results, if not more, that I wanted.
That's awesome, bro. They say, you know, success isn't just what you do, it's about what you don't do. Yeah. So one thing I feel like that allows you to propel, that allowed me to propel too is I never went to parties on weekends. I never gossip about people too much. I'm never negative or down. You know what I mean? Those are just simple things that are hidden in plain sight that a lot of people do that successful people kind of don't. I never talk negative about myself. I never say, oh, I'm dumb, bro. Oh, I'm stupid and this, that. You know, I just have ADHD and these other people are different. I see people self-sabotage so much. And it's like the more you affirm that of yourself, you're creating a brick wall and you're going to operate on that level. Every human, you only operate based on what you believe you are. You know, I always believed that I can make it happen. I always believed I was a winner, even when the visible results weren't there. It's called walking with faith. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, even if I'm at the bus stop right now, when I see a Rolls Royce pass by, I don't think, oh, well, that guy, you know, this, that. No, I think if he has that car, I can have that shit too. It's just a matter of time, you know, and that's the only winning mental model. But I want you to talk to him too, bro. What's your next goal? You know what I mean? You went from 0 to fucking what, like 30, 35,000 a month? Quick as fuck. What's your next goal?
My next goal is 100,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I know I'm going to hit it, do whatever it takes to get there. And it's going to take next levels of self-development, but I'm ready for what happens. That's my next milestone. Like, so far, so I can like start sending my family money, bro. I already know it's going to happen. Like it's going to happen. Like it's like, it's just like due time.
Yeah, bro. I always like, I was thinking about this morning. success is really about competence. And what is competence? I think in terms of video games, because I was a fucking Fortnite player. I was a Fortnite fiend, bro. I'm doing high ground retakes, all this shit. And, I think of my days like that. I wake up, I brush my teeth. I want everything to be as efficient as possible. It's like when you're not good at the game of life first, when you put the controller down, you're level 1, you're a newbie. So like I wouldn't be good. I wasn't good at managing my time. I wasn't good at keeping track of certain tasks. I'd procrastinate and stuff like that. But every single day you're running the same loop. You wake up, you brush your teeth, fucking get coffee, you eat, doing some type of work, you hit the gym. If you can get quicker and more efficient at that, bro, that's the difference between successful people and everybody else. Successful people, they buy time. Now I wake up, my girl makes me coffee. I go downstairs, my food's heated up. I go downstairs, boom, I'm being driven to the podcast now, and it's more efficient. You get what I mean? Like, hard work isn't the key to success. That's what most people mistake. Same thing like me and you, we both started with low ticket fitness programs. I'm like, how hard do I need to work to get 500 people to make 10,000 a month? And I was like, what if it's not a people game? What if it's an efficiency game? What if I could raise my prices and find a way to pitch more people at the same time? Bro, getting rich is pretty fucking simple. Just a lot of people self-sabotage. Like, let me give you an example, bro. Let's say you have a product that's $2,000 and you want to become a millionaire. Your mental mind frame is 500 people. Like that's it. You know what I mean? A lot of, that's not the marketplace, the oversaturation, 500 people, bro. And I didn't even say you have to personally ask those 500 people. You could fucking delegate that to a team. 500 people, let's multiply it by, 100 days. That's fucking 5 people a day that you pitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be you. So it's like a multiplication of effort. If you can multiply the input, you can multiply the output. And this is how people get to the billionaire level, because that's always been my goal. You know what I mean? Like my first goal was a millionaire, but when I started, not even when I became a millionaire, when I started seeing that, okay, this is achievable, I wanted something bigger, bro. I really did believe there was a point where there could be an infinite amount of money flowing at all times. And every single day I realized that more and more. Every single hour, I'm being sent payment, boom, application, payment, this, that. And people don't understand that there's that level, especially at the bottom, bro. Like you said, you're African-American. I'm half African-American. My brothers were full African-American. And you know what my mom used to tell us? I love my mom, but she said, well, you're minorities and it's unfair that the black people and this, the politics and whatever. And I was like, I don't want to have a victim mentality. I never thought about it like that. I was like, this is a fair playing field. And my brothers, they kind of had that too. But when I'd get profiled, like when I got an I-8 and I got arrested, put in handcuffs and fucking taken to jail, if I was a white kid, would he have thrown me in handcuffs, put me in jail? Probably not. But I didn't think of that like racial profiling and this, and they're holding me back. A lot of people think of reasons they can't, but when you switch the mind frame to reasons you can, bro, the rate of growth is exponential, bro. So
100%.
What's your next, what's your next big goal? Let's say, obviously, you want to hit a smack 100K month. What's your next big goal, like lifestyle-wise?
Lifestyle, like I'm getting 911, bro. I'm getting a Porsche 911.
Yeah.
I have this wallpaper, bro. Like when I first joined, like it's a C8, and that was what I wanted so bad. And now, ever since like the thing you're saying, like after that first 10K, it's like it's so easy to just climb. I can get that right now, and I'm thinking, cause that's only like a $70,000 car, but I want the 911. It's like 130. I'm like, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. Like it's like, I'm like, I need to aim higher. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I settle for like something that I thought was so high? And I think that's the main thing. That's the main difference. It's just like the perspective shift that I had towards like, oh, these things I wanted so bad, it's easily achievable. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that's really was stopping me was my income. Once I raised my income, that solved all the problem. That's access to everything that I wanted, like long term. So many guys like they want these things, their dreams, and the only thing that's really stopping them is the income. People want to go to Thailand, they want to go to France, they want to go here, vacation, they want to spoil their girl, they want to do all these things, and they try to figure out ways to, but they need to understand the only thing that's really holding them back is they're not making enough money. They're trying to cancel subscriptions, they're trying to save money, they're trying to do like budget, do all these bullshit things, but bro, like the truth is like they just need to make more money. Figure out how am I going to make more money, because that's literally going to solve all of your problems. Bro,
that's a really big shift. Like I think I heard Tate say, he's like, you can't save your way rich. bro, explain that for the person. He's, you know, he still needs to fucking save a coupon and cut a Netflix subscription like your teacher. What advice would you have for that person, bro?
Because the person that's like saving their way, which you got to understand, let's say like someone that's making let's say $2K a month. You have bills, you pay your apartment like $1,000 a month. You have a car, and let's say after the end of the month you have $200, and you're trying to save that every single month. Compared to the guy that maybe he's saving zero, and that extra 200, he's investing it into learning how to make more money. In 6 months, the person who's invested that now knows how to make 10K a month. Now he's making way more money and could save way more money than the person that's trying to save $200 because he's scared to actually go out and learn the information that he does. It's a trap that college teaches us, you know, our parents, our family might teach us, you got to save, you got to do this. But at the end of the day, you got to be realistic. The people you're learning from, you know, your parents, your professors, like, are they rich? You know, most likely not. Otherwise, you know, you wouldn't be looking like to make more money. So you got to understand, like, what do rich people do? If they're always saying you got to figure out how to make more money, then they're probably right. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm saying before I was trying to save money, and you were saying, no, don't save money. And that's why, okay, I'm investing in you. I'm going to listen. And now I'm here. Like, it's simple as that. People don't understand that. And that actually pisses me off so much is that, like, people think they know everything. Like, you know, people, I had a guy, like, I was trying to get him on a call, and he's telling me investing in, you know, myself, like investing in making more money is not a good business strategy. This guy works DoorDash with his girlfriend in the passenger seat for 18 hours a day. He's telling me his credit score is cooked. Like, he's telling me that that's not a business strategy. So many people think they know what's good, what's not, how to make money, bro. Like, if you don't have the results, man, just don't talk. Just listen to the people that actually know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro, that's fucking funny as hell, bro. It's like unsuccessful people, they have no results, and simultaneously they think they have the world figured out, bro. But it's a funny concept. I get comments online. Bro, let me tell you this, bro. There's a lot of rich people that are bitches, too. I'm going to be real with you. You know how Grant Cardone says, don't take advice from millionaires? I've set my goal to $1 billion. You know, I go, if I'm scraping 8 figures as a 21-year-old, my goal is fucking, you know, that fucking 10-figure marker. But anyways, bro, a lot of millionaires, even in Miami, are soft as fuck, bro. These guys are like, you know, these kids now, they come to Miami, they spend money, and oh, that Vincent Fischer guy, you know, he's going to be broke in 3 years. That's what they told me the whole time. I've spent over $200,000 in the last month, but I made $600,000. Who saved more? The guy that's fucking making 50 that fucking keeps 20, or the guy that made 600,000 spent 200,000? Okay, I saved 400,000. You know what I mean? People don't understand that concept, but when you look at it logically and mathematically, yeah, the easier solution is more income. I'm not saying be reckless. I'm not saying have a bunch of subscriptions you don't use. Even me, bro, once every 2 weeks, I'll be like, okay, like, I don't use that $300 thing. If it's under 300, I ignore it, but I'm like, okay, that shit I don't use, boom, etc. But like, it's funny because one thing that successful people have is they're extremely frugal for stuff that isn't a direct investment in themselves or their brand. And they're extremely lenient and offensive on stuff that does grow their brand and does grow their income and their knowledge. You know, my girl will tell me, oh, I just need more gym clothes. They're $150. I'm like, no, you just bought gym clothes last week. But my sales manager will be like, Vince, I want to work with a few more of your guys. It's $10,000. Okay. Like, that's how this shit works. You know what I mean? I'm putting money into stuff that multiplies and serves me. But back to your topic, the dude that's working DoorDash fucking 48 hours a week, cooked credit score with his girlfriend who doesn't respect him, and he's telling you that's not a good strategy. What people don't understand, if you're broke, you should not be thinking about fucking Bitcoin, bro. If you're broke, you shouldn't be thinking about the S&P 500. I'm gonna be smart and build an IRA. You shouldn't even build a fucking LLC till you made 6 figures, bro. You know what I mean? Don't get rich. You know, don't get legal until you get rich. That's the fucking strategy, bro. Fucking the IRS might be watching this. I damn near made fucking 7 figures before I set up the trust that owns the LLC, and I'm just a fucking beneficiary. You know what I mean? Like, you got to play the game of, let me solve the money problem first, then I'm gonna solve the legal problem after. That's the only logical solution. But early on, bro, I was a victim to that, bro.
Yeah.
I want to try e-commerce and reselling. LegalZoom, Vincent Fischer Corporation, LLC, you know what I mean? And I did all that shit. I wasted 2 months, you know what I mean? When I could have just kept the same hustling mentality and set all that stuff up later. But yeah, bro, it's a crazy world though. But the people who are the most offensive, I'm not saying ignore defense at all, but the people who are most offensive are the people that are going to end up ultra wealthy, bro. ultra wealthy. There's a
100%.
big difference between even like 5 million at 40 and fucking 5 million at 21. One person had 2 years to do it. The other person had fucking 25, you know, so it's a lot. But yeah, bro, I mean, that's a fucking crazy ass concept. But why would you say online coaching, out of all the different opportunities there is, why would you say that's the best model that helped you?
Because I've tried everything, bro. I've tried drop shipping. I've tried investing in like meme coins. I've tried, even the low ticket stuff. And I realized, like, first of all, online coaching is like the best way to actually make a lot of cash fast. That's the first time I've seen that firsthand. Like with the investing, the drop shipping, first of all, you need like capital to actually make good returns that I could make with online coaching. Like if you're starting out with nothing, bro, you have to get on online coaching because you can literally make 2,000 with one fitness, with the skill that you have to literally help someone acquire the same thing off one phone call. But if you're trying to do drop shipping, you're trying to do investing, like, bro, if you don't have any money to actually test and actually play with, $100,000 to invest into Bitcoin, like you're not going to make any return just to waste some money. You're going to make $100 in a month from like trading, when in reality, bro, you can make 10K a month fitness coaching, literally providing a service, because there's unlimited amounts of services that you can provide if you're doing like online coaching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people confuse getting rich with investing when you get rich by income. You get wealthy with investing though. So like if you want to get rich with income, a lot of people's mentality, like we were saying, let me buy the Bitcoin, let me buy the S&P 500 and et cetera. When if you invested in a business model that's high leverage, because no business can function. A business is just money in, and once the margins are good, that extra money you play with builds the systems. But you're not gonna fucking take, like I did, a fucking $30 dog water bottle and try to do e-commerce and you're making 5 cents a sale and build a multi-million-dollar corporation. It's not gonna happen, bro. I went to Colombia, bro, and I went on this Pablo Escobar tour, and they were telling me the fucking margins of these damn drugs they were pushing, bro. And they're like, they build it in Peru for 1,000, they sell it in the US for 70,000. And those margins allowed him to buy jets, to ship shit into the US, to build fucking submarines. This dude's cloning horses. He fucking built a zoo because of margins, bro. But if you have penny pinching margins, you're not gonna build shit, bro. So like e-commerce, bro, fucking 30%, bro. What are you gonna build with that? Trading, you make money. Everybody only posts their wins. They don't post their losses. Fucking, what other business model? Reselling. There's no leverage in that. Bro, I'm shoe to shoe. I'm making $20 a day, bro. How many human hours do I have to trade shit? We're not in the flipping game. What's another, bro? Give me another business model, bro.
Bro, what was I doing in the past? I was also doing I did like agency. I guess so many guys hit me up like, yo, bro, can I?
Agency.
Yeah, like.
Why not just build your own fucking offer? Because agency 30%, bro. You know what I mean? You're doing all that work. You could have just built your personal brand. The only thing that's gonna last in future time is having a personal brand. AI can do everything else. Like the highest level is getting paid based on who you are. It's like that's Colton. Oh shit, Colton, bro. I've seen you go from this to that. It's the storyline. Nobody can relate to a robot. I love ChatGPT, bro. I don't even accredit a lot of my business decisions to myself anymore. A lot of it's ChatGPT. But it's not a personal brand. It's not a story, So every single business model that I've seen, bro, coaching is the best because you can take one simple skill set like fitness, monetize that, and make extreme margins, bro. Talk about going low ticket to high ticket, bro.
Like low ticket, because I thought I had it figured out. Whenever I was doing low ticket, selling $20, and I used to get happy. Like I used to, oh shit, I got like Shopify. I see like that $20 sale, like ding, like bro, I used to get happy, yay, I made $20, and then I realized at the end of the month that shit. This was December. Next month got into high ticket, made nearly 10K. Like that first month, December I made $600. I looked at it, I'm like, bro, yeah, this is not working out because like in order for me to actually make 10K a month, I'd have to sell literally 500 people on $20 when I could literally sell 5 people on 2K fitness programs. And like just when I got that first fitness client, I remember joining, I got that first fitness client in 8 days. It was 1,000 at the time. I was selling at 1,000. But just seeing that, I really pictured, okay, I was on the phone with this guy for an hour. He paid me $1,000 to coach him. And I was comparing that 1,000 to how many ebooks, low ticket products did I have to sell to make that $1,000 I made in 1 hour. I would have had to sold, what's 50 of them in 1 hour, which is impossible. Like 50 of these in 1 hour to make that amount of money. And I'm like, bro, I had the game wrong. I had it all wrong. And I remember you telling me, like, this is right before I got into like the high ticket. It was like, you always post, if you want to live a high ticket lifestyle, you have to sell high ticket. And I actually took that to heart. I'm like, that makes so much sense. Now it's the margins. I'm just making so much more money. Why wasn't I doing this whole time? You know what I'm saying? Why would I sell? And there's so many fitness guys, like they're selling monthlies for like $100. I'm like, bro, why don't you raise your prices so you can make way more money? Like, what's really holding you back? And they're like, oh, people are not going to pay that. Bro, people are going to pay what you believe you're worth. You know what I'm saying? And it was really about restructuring that. Okay, I'm actually worth like 1,000. I'm worth 2,000. And people will pay it. People have money. Money's everywhere. It's just it's a mindset shift. And that's what really changed the game for me, just switching to high ticket.
Yeah. And then you tie it back to the real principle, which is your entire life and success in every single aspect is based on how you view yourself. And you realize the journey of success, when you're at the lowest levels, you sell at 20 because you believe you're worth 20. I did too, bro. You sell at 50, you believe you're worth 50. Miami was what made me found that quote, that if you want to live a high ticket life, you need high ticket goods or services. Because I'd see these buildings, bro. I'd see these fancy restaurants. There's marble on the fucking walls. There's $50 million yachts outside while I'm struggling to pay a $300 dinner bill with my girl. And I went, there's some type of extreme margins in money that these people have to afford all these things. And I've been playing the low ticket game and trying to squeeze margins. And as soon as I raised my self-worth and went, okay, I'm not going to charge based on the market. I'm going to charge based on the service and the delivery. That's when everything changed. I went, hey, listen, if I'm going to teach you the skill set of getting in shape, and I've had hundreds of testimonials of people that sent me before and afters of them getting in shape, why am I matching the marketplace? Why am I not going, hey, look what I've done for these people. This is how much it costs. And all that sales is a transfer of beliefs. All marketing is a transfer of beliefs. You go, hey, listen, bro, there's this 2,000. There's living the rest of your life out of shape, miserable, being rejected, being heartbroken, being disrespected. Or there's this fee right here. There's an end to all this pain. And there's a middle mark, which is, a commitment fee. It's the commitment fee to a greater life. That's really all it is. So when mentors have sat me down and told me, Vince, it's $100,000, I didn't even fucking hesitate. I went, hey, bro, I got fucking 80 available right now. What can we work out? Hey, shoot me 50 now. We'll do a 20K a month payment plan. Bet. Because after investing in yourself enough and enough and enough, you reach a certain point where you have so much information that it would be impossible to ever stay broke again. It's not impossible to go broke, but it'd be impossible to ever stay broke. If you took everything away from me right now, bro, within 6 months, it'd be exactly where I'm at now. Exactly. Now, physique, let's say physique. The only reason I say 6 months, I'd have to fucking build physique and et cetera and not be a skinny nerd. But yeah, bro, it's an information game. If you had all the information you needed right now to make $10,000 a month, to make $100,000 a month, to send your mom money, to buy the car you wanted, you'd probably go and do that shit. And then when you realize that's the only separating factor and the only people that have the answer to that information are the people that have the results, then you put your money where your mouth is. And you go, I want this life. It's all a matter of how bad do you want this shit. Everybody can talk. Everybody can chit chat. You won't believe how many hundreds of DMs I get. Oh, on my mom's life, bro, on the Bible, I'm ready to change this shit. When the commitment fee is presented, they all fold. That's why it's a flex to have a Rolls Royce. That's why it's a flex to have a Lambo. That's why it's a flex to send your mom money, because not everybody's willing to go that far. That's the secret to it all, bro. So what do you think helped you raise your self-image, bro?
I had to really, first of all, look at myself for face value. This was right before, I joined. I looked at myself, no ego attached. I told myself, okay, I'm broke. I'm a loser. I party. My physique has fell off. You gotta understand, you gotta look at yourself from face value, and you gotta understand, okay, because so many guys are delusional. They think they have it all. They all figure it out. First step, realize what your actual worth is as a man, and then realize, okay, now tie it to where you want to be. And where I want it to be is, first of all, I want to make more money. I want it to look more masculine, more respectable. Cut my dreads off. That's why I cut my dreads off, because I hated the way I looked. I hated the person I saw in the mirror. I had to see some change instantly. All right. And now it's about, I got to do whatever it takes to get to that goal. build my mindset up. Wake up early. Answer DMs for 12 hours every single day. I hated it, but fuck it. Like that's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? All these things were how I was able to get to where I was so fast. Because I said, I don't give a fuck what happens. My main goal at the beginning of this year, I'm saying I'm going to go on complete offense. Because this was after a year of being on complete defense. Thinking about, I have all these debts to pay. You don't have to rush success. Your time is kind. I was saying that stuff to myself. And then I was like, I was like, fuck nah. Like, just offense. I remember even the time where you were telling me to restructure my brand, I had like 2 closes. I had like about 3,000 in my bank. I spent it all on that trip to Mexico. I went for one day just to get content. Came back with no money. Literally came back with no money. But these things that I did was able, even the time you told me to get the new phone, like all these investments allowed me to get to where I am today, because now these things last forever. The content that I got in Mexico lasts forever. All these things going balls to the wall every single time. So many people are afraid to go all in once. Yeah. But how are you going to compete with people like me, Vince, everyone else crushing it, if we're able to always go all in every single time? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. And I had to understand that every single time. What can I do to go all in? What can I do to put my back against the wall again and again and again? And that's how I was able to, to keep going every single day, like higher levels.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being a man, bro. So many men out here, they think, I need to find myself. I hear that all the time. I'm like, bro, you're not a woman. You don't find yourself. You decide who you want to be and you build yourself, bro. So isn't it funny that the multimillionaire will tell you, Colton, spend the last dollar you have, get a new iPhone, bro. Boom, go to the best barber. Boom, move to Miami. The broke person will say, Colton, stack and save, and you need to protect your assets. What assets? We're broke. Like, that was my fucking mentality. Even now, I'm like, what fucking assets? A couple fucking $1 million. I'm broke. I need to keep grinding. I even see guys that have an off switch. And I know I'm so different than everybody else in the industry, and the only thing different is time. I've seen guys with fucking 20, 30 million, and they go, a lot of these guys they're going to go broke and this, that. I'm like, I'm not built like you. I'm not built with an off switch. I don't have that about me. And I know a lot of you guys do. And that's what makes me very happy and very hungry. And that's what makes me know I'm going to pass all those people. It's always been a game of proving people wrong. Same thing with you. That doesn't end at any level. The big business mogul that's your enemy is the same thing as the high school kids that made fun of you. It's just another level. The $3,000 expenses you're worried about, when you get a little bit richer, it's going to be $100,000 a month to keep your business functioning. It's just a higher level. The guy saying, hey, Colton, I like your swag and stuff like that. That's the same exact level as people recognizing you in person now with a big following. So I always think of expansion. I think that's the whole point of the human life, is a higher consciousness. I want everything growing, because if it's not growing, it's going to be dying. And a lot of people think stagnation exists. It's a universal principle that stagnation doesn't exist. Isaac Newton said it. Every single molecule is moving, it's growing or dying, it's never still. And when you apply that to success, bro, the reason I don't have an off switch is because I know that. I know if I don't keep chasing more, I'm going to lose. So that's what keeps me going, bro. What do you think keeps you going now? Because you had a crazy amount of success so far at your age, bro. So what keeps you driving?
Bro, I'm just thinking about the unknown.
Yeah.
Like, just so much I don't, because it's like, especially even the first time I invested in like learning and all these things, it's like off rip, there was so much that I don't know. And even now, I keep thinking about like, there's still so much that I don't know. I want to know everything. I want to see everything. I want to have the world, bro. Like, that's like, Scarface, the world is yours. Like, I'm always thinking about that. I'm thinking like, I've seen this much so fast. Imagine what else is out there. I always think the world is your ocean. Like, I literally fully believe that now. And that's what keeps me going. Like, my main problem was always FOMO, right? So I always had fears of missing out. In high school, it was like, I have FOMO of parties, FOMO of girls. But now I transferred that FOMO to business. Okay, if I don't get to this level, what am I really missing out? If I'm not able to travel to Dubai, do all these things, if I'm not able to retire my family, what am I missing out? That's my FOMO now. And that's what I've allowed to keep me going, because I just transferred something negative that was holding me back into something positive.
Yeah. Everybody has fears. We'll cap it at this. Everybody has fears. Unsuccessful people, their fear is failure. Successful people is exactly what you said. Their fear is missing out. My fear was missing out and being average. You know, like I used to have coworkers when I worked at a pizza place. They'd be 50 years old. Man, I've worked here for 30 years. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how are you flexing that? You've worked $9 an hour for 30 years. That was my biggest fear. Yeah. And God showed me that. And I think it was good that I went through all those experiences because I was like, I'd fucking off myself if this was me, you know? So that's what allowed me to climb and grow. So as soon as you make your biggest fear missing out, like you said, that's when the world becomes yours, bro. So hell yeah. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I want you guys to connect with me and Colton on social media. Colton, where can they follow you, bro?
On Instagram at Godcoltonn.
Let's get it. And then you guys can follow me too, Vincent Fischer _ Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. Let's run it. All right, bet. Cool.